Hello guys, welcome back, and today I want to share a couple of things. This is a long time after I did the recording, and the reason being is that I just paused and I said I must sort my audio first before I record any further video. So, and that is what I did. And basically my mic had an issue whereby when I was speaking, I could not. The sound was very low, and that is basically because I was using this Shure SM7 mic, which is gain hungry mic, yeah, and so it needs a lot of gain in order to produce clean audio. And I did a couple of research. I got things like Cloudlifter. I'll leave a link if you want to buy them. And then I settled for what we call a dynamite. So this is the dynamite. This black thing that you see here is the dynamite, and which comes with I think 28 dB. Yeah. So plus I'm also using Focusrite, that is Scarlett Solo Gen 4 Focusrite, which comes with around 52. So 52 plus 28, that's around 80. Yeah. 52 plus 28, that's around 80 dB of clean gain, which is which is enough for this mic, because this mic needs around 60, I believe, around 60 dB of clean gain. So that was sorted, and I believe now that is good. So I have a couple of these. Let me just check. I think I bought a couple of these dynamite here. So this is how it looks. Yeah. So it's a black thing that you plug into the mic, and then you plug your XLR cable into this thing. So beside that, I want to share a quick thought that I read from this book, Atomic Habits. I've always been told by some of my friends that this is a good book, we should read it, but I've never really taken time to read. But at last, starting from last week, I said, and I should read this book. So I started reading. This is the book. So I bought the book and started reading. I'm still on the first chapter, but so far so good. The book is quite interesting. Has a lot of interesting thoughts. Yeah, has a lot of interesting thoughts, and I want to share some of these thoughts. And perhaps it will help you improve your life. It will help you to bring more life into what you're doing. It will help you to bring more productivity in your day-to-day activities. And just I think it will bring also encouragement in what you're doing, so that you don't give up while you're doing whatever that you are doing. So some of the thoughts that this guy shares, of course, he starts by his biography. He was hit by a bat on his head, and then he had to undergo surgery. He lost for quite some time. He lost memory, but after a time, God was gracious enough, and he was able to regain a bit of memory. And afterwards, he was able to train himself slowly by slowly until he became, a renowned writer, a renowned achiever, a renowned speaker. So basically, the whole idea that he presents is that that successful people, high achievers, are able to achieve whatever that they want, basically because they have a working system. So that is the idea. Yeah, they have a working system. They do not only set goals. Yeah, you can start with a goal. You can start by setting goal, which is okay, but he also brings this idea that even fools, or those people who don't care about achieving the goal, also set goal. Those people who are not disciplined also set goal. But apart from setting the goal and having a system, he speaks about the power of small things, atomic habit. An atom is, I believe, the smallest irreducible unit of something large. Yeah, and habit is something that is continuously. Yeah, so he speaks about that something or an habit. I don't want to use the word habit, or maybe something that you do continuously and which might seem as very minute, but it is something that will push you towards your goal. If you are consistent in doing that small thing day by day, ultimately you're able to achieve your goal. And uses a couple of interesting examples. One of them is he speaks about an aeroplane, and he says that when an aeroplane takes off, if it happens to veer even by 3 degrees south or east, then it will end up in a total different destination as as the one intended. So if an airplane, let's say, wants to go from Washington DC to Nairobi and then veers by only 3 degrees, it might end up in Dubai, or it might end up in Japan or whatever. Yeah. So it speaks of this power of making very minute changes in your life as part of your system. Yeah. And being consistent. Yeah. Just that small change, it might not be something huge that you have to be very noticeable, but after some time this change will be exponential. So the graph is is a curved graph, whereby it starts with very unnoticeable changes until at some point, the breaking point, whereby now the change become clearly visible. And he also speaks of another example about the Great Britain, and says that Great Britain, the Olympic team, the bicycle Olympic team, had been losing for nearly a century. In 1908 to around 2006, they were continuously losing in the Olympics. Yeah. And they tried a lot of tactics, bringing a lot of changes, but still nothing happened until they brought this guy. I think he's called Dave Bradford or something. I'm forgetting the second name. So when they brought Dave in, Dave understood the power of small changes, or the power of atomic habits, and so he started introducing very minute changes into the team. So he started by, for example, making the chair very comfortable for the riders. He started by maybe bringing water while they were working out. He started by building encouraging friendship within the team, and in a span of 10 years he had built a system that was built for success. And continuously, I think for almost 10 or 15 years continuously, Britain managed to stay on top, above position 3 when it comes to Olympic. So James Clear simply says that, or simply bring these points out, that there is power in small things. Yeah, we might take things for granted because they are small. Many of us, we are accustomed, or we are trained with this mindset. We are brought up with this mindset that until you see something huge, until you have a lot of money, for example, in order to do something, until you maybe have a lot of muscles, that is when it is recognized that you have achieved something. And yet by the time for you to reach there, there are a couple of steps that you have to go through, and you have to be patient during these steps. So that is the major point that he brings out. He says that let us not underestimate the power of small things, and let us learn to build a system that will sustain us even past the achievements. Yeah. So if you have a goal and you achieve a goal, you might become complacent because you think you have achieved your success. But if you have a system, you will still be able to maintain, that momentum and that capability that you use to achieve that goal consistently. Yeah. So encourage us to build a system, and also to not to take for granted the little things that we do every day. So with that, guys, I'll be bringing a lot of tech content. Of course, this is majorly a tech channel, and also I'll be bringing a lot of wisdom from the books that I read, from a lot of our friends, and just share with you guys. So if you want to learn about life, if you want to learn about tech, about AI, about programming, content will be coming along. So subscribe and leave a like, and until we meet again, bye bye.